On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the DC Direct Batman Arkham Asylum. We're going to be looking at Series 1. We're looking at Batman. A very cool game. I've now finally, geez, Spot, it only took you how long? I'm finally now starting to get into Arkham Asylum. What I've already played of it, I am so stoked for Arkham City. Now we're finally getting, well, these have been out for a while. I have delayed, unfortunately, getting the review shot of these because, unfortunately, they were sold out at my local comic book stores. The only one I think they had left was... yeah, Scarecrow was the only one they actually had left. So what I ended up doing, to make a long story short, I ended up having to wait for the pre-order to be restocked at Big Bad Toy Store, and then I got both waves through Big Bad Toy Store. So I'm going to be doing reviews on all the figures, I guess all 8 figures that are in this wave, or in the 2 waves, so do stay tuned for that. The packaging is probably one of the cooler packaging from a DC Direct figure. We've got what looks to be the bat cowl with the bat ears and everything else. With the backing, the back of the card is that of the game case. Very, very cool. And then of course the Batman logo, which I've now really grown to love, the new Batman symbol with the Batman name inside. On the back of the package, other figures that you can get in Series 1, based on one of the top superhero games of all time. I would definitely agree with that. The other figures in the wave are Scarecrow, we've got Joker with Scarface, we've got Harley Quinn, and we've got Batman. There is no read-up, there is just a basic general read-up on the game, which I'll read for this one. I probably won't read it with the other ones, just because it would be the same with all of them. And it says, it's a madhouse and the lunatics are running the asylum. After arriving on Arkham Island, Batman is greeted by Warden Sharp and security personnel. Although the Joker is securely strapped to a hand cart for transfer to the deepest bowels of Arkham, he escapes nonetheless. This is going to be the worst night of Batman's life. With the Joker free, inciting unrest amongst the inmates, Batman faces a riot from a cadre of Gotham City's most wanted killers and psychopaths who are screaming for vengeance and out for blood. Batman's blood. His mission? Stop the Joker and the accomplices at all costs. Welcome to the Asylum, Arkham Asylum. Ooh, that was a very in-depth, hard to read description. But that's packaging. What we're going to do is we're going to get this opened up. I already can tell you right now that the Batman looks very impressive. But we're going to get this opened up. We are going to have a look at Batman. There's more on the way, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. The accessories that come with Batman is a standard, very basic display stand. It is a shame, really, that the DC Direct figures, as of late, have really cut costs on the actual display stands. First of all, they've made them a lot shorter so that the whole figure actually does not stand on the display stand. Certainly when you get into the larger figures such as Bane, it clearly looks like they're just standing on a dinner plate. But the other thing that's unfortunate is the fact that, well, for one thing, I've got a bit of, I guess, paint or quality issues with my display stand. It's not completely black, as you can see. But it's a real shame that they couldn't have given us just a little bit wider of a display stand with the actual Bat logo, the Arkham Asylum Bat symbol on it. That would have been very cool. But instead, we've got ourselves essentially just like a dinner plate. It's like a warming tray. Kind of looks like a pizza tray. It's like a pizza stone. The other thing that Batman does come with is one of the cooler things, the cooler aspects, and something that I wish would come with future Batman figures, is that it comes with a Batarang. Surely Batarangs are a dime a dozen with Batman figures. However, the cool thing about this Batarang is the fact that it can actually partially close, which is very, very cool. The Batarang, if I zoom the camera out here, can easily sit in Batman's hand. You could have it various ways of certainly, of course. But I do like the batarang quite a bit. Let's hope as we progress with figures, we're going to get more of just like movable batarangs, or something other than just a standard rubbery plastic batarang that we've gotten with every other Batman figure we've ever released, whether it be DC Universe or what have you. So I do like that quite a bit. Points for DC Direct for releasing a batarang that actually does something. Putting that down, let's actually have a look at Batman. Oh boy, this is such a cool looking Batman. Let's zoom first of all into Batman's head. The detailing on Batman's head is quite remarkable. The detail work on the paint, the sculpt of the face. I certainly love the fact that Batman's got these really, really long ears. It's quite an impressive Batman mask, or Batman face. He's got a very cool profile. Look how awesome that is. As they would say, this isn't your father's Batman. It certainly isn't. They've gone, certainly the Arkham Asylum and Batman in general have been designed for a much more realistic approach. As you can see, the Batman costume is not just a standard cloth costume. You can see where there's actually the, armor pieces to actually make it look like he's wearing a armored suit, similar to that of Batman Begins. The detail work is very impressive. His gauntlets also look like they're more of an armor based than just standard gloves. Something also too that the Batman from Arkham Asylum has that most Batman figures don't is a clear indicator, as you can see, that the cowl is a separate piece to that of the cape. The cape is a dark, like a black, whereas the cowl matches, of course, the gloves, is a blue, a dark grayish blue. The cape is probably one of the nicer looking capes, although again I've got a bit of an imperfection on mine. As you can see, there's a bit of a little white smudge, but the cape is very impressive. Unfortunately, it kind of makes, at least my Batman, it feels as if he wants to lean forward. It might just be the fact that I've got it on this kind of fabric backdrop here. I've also got a little bit of an look at Spot with all his imperfections. He's got an imperfection on the inside of his cape as well. I also do really, really like the bat symbol. As I've mentioned before, the bat symbol is very cool. It's very different in the fact that most bat symbols tend to have the middle point, I guess, of the bat tends to be longer, and then all the other points are shorter. In this case, the points in the middle are actually all the same size, and we've also got a very distinct bat head. This makes for a very interesting yet very welcoming bat symbol. He's also got a more modern bat utility belt. Batman also is packing. He's definitely got a lot going on downstairs, if you know what I mean. Not that I'm really looking, but Batman's also got more of a armor style of boot, which I also really, really like. I mean, it's a very welcoming, if anything, I can say, figure, in the sense that it's very different from other Batman figures that if you have been collecting Batman figures all this time and you've got them all on your display shelf and you think to yourself, you know what, I like Batman quite a bit. I really wish there was a different Batman figure that stood out from the other ones that I've been buying. This one is the one that you want to be looking at then. It's such a welcoming change. It definitely, again, has that realistic feel to it. This is a great Batman to pick up. In the way of Batman's articulation, he has a very rewarding, very satisfying ball-jointed head. You can definitely get Batman in a lot of cool poses. I wonder what Catwoman's doing right now. But you can get him definitely a lot of cool, dramatic poses. He has ball-jointed shoulders, which you would think with the way that the cape is would get in the way, but no, it actually doesn't, my friends. He has a free range of movement. He has a joint in his elbow, just a swivel joint in his elbow, You can rotate the gauntlets, his forearms. It doesn't look like he has any articulation in the wrists. They all solely rely on the forearm for the rotation of the wrist. There is no articulation in the waist due to probably the way that it was sculpted here, but the legs certainly bend out back and forth. You can bend at the knee, and you can also rotate at the boots as well. I don't know if I like the idea of rotation in the boots, because to me that seems like that would get progressively looser as you had the figure. This is such a cool Batman figure though. Unfortunately, I missed my chance getting this the first time around. Like I said, I had to wait for Arkham. I had to wait for the Big Bad Toy Store to restock their supply before I was able to get this guy and the rest of the wave. But I am so glad. Good things come to those who wait, my friends, because now I've got the Batman from Arkham Asylum. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite Batman figures. If you get a chance and you do like Batman figures like I do, I would say look no further than to get the DC Direct Arkham Asylum Batman. If I give this guy any sort of rating, it's going to be very high. I almost want to give him a 10. I think I'm going to give him a 9.5. It's certainly going to be up for debate. I really want to give this guy a 10. I really don't know why I'm not going to give him a 10. I definitely love this figure though. You know what? I'm going to do it. Spot's making an executive decision, just like Steven Seagal in that movie. He totally died. I loved it. I'm going to give DC Direct Arkham Asylum Batman a 10. A solid figure, solid sculpt, great paint job, based on a fantastic game. Today's Toy Spot, we were having a look. Wonder what Alfred's doing right now. Today we were having a look. Get it together, Spot. We've almost got the video wrapped up. Today we were looking at the Arkham Asylum Batman. I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews of the Arkham Asylum figures from DC Direct. And I will see you guys. There's my finger right there. I'll see you guys next time.